Welcome to another podcast by CPS-POD, are we called now? We've changed our name to CPS-Vlog at the moment, but no, not the other CPS, not the Crown Prosecution Service, we're more famous than them. So CPS stands for
Colin, CP Overview.
Phil, Toffees Are Us.
And I'm Stephen, SS Guys, so that's the CPS. We all have our YouTube channels and we're doing this podcast just a bit of a laugh, a bit of entertainment, talk about any kind of things. So today we're going to talk about the weather we've had recently, all the snow, the floods, and that leads us nicely over to Colin, who got some cracking footage of the floods on New Year's Day. I was hungover, so I didn't get out. And when I did go out, I only got a little bit because I seen you covered them all.
Yeah. I got lucky really. I woke up and then on the local Lead Facebook page there was all moaning about the council and the floods, so I thought I'll go and fly the drone over them. Done that, come home, uploaded it. My son works in Wigan. He drove through Platt Bridge and got stuck, and then had to go round the long way, gone to Wigan, said Asda car park, I don't know if you all know Asda
That's
car
always,
park,
always goes that one.
really flooded and everywhere around it, so I thought I'll go Wigan and film the floods. And that one too was flooded, but not that bad. And then I thought I'd go Platt Bridge on the way back, and that was like major floods. So I wish I'd done that one first. But I ended up with, out of 3 videos, because I've done one for Lee, one for Platt Bridge, and one for Wigan, over 100,000 views.
Wow.
So, good day.
Yeah,
And I've since now I've done Bridgewater Canal.
Oh yeah, I've seen that collapse.
Done a massive that collapsed. I went there yesterday.
I don't know where that was. Where it is.
Dunamassey. I don't know where Dunamassey is, to be honest.
Manchester,
I'm 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long time before that's major.
Yeah, they've got to rebuild the canal bed up as well, haven't they? Because it's actually dropped as well, as well as the walls.
The walls collapsed.
I mean, the area it's collapsed is quite big, and then it's collapsing all the way along.
I wonder how many shopping trolleys are in there. Because you always get shopping trolleys in the canal, don't you?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I see from some of your footage, there's canal barges across the canal where they've floated and
where they floated, and then because obviously all the water just ran out the bridge. But there must be 20 or 30 boats there, barges, boats, whatever they're called.
Canal barges, yeah.
They won't be going anywhere for a long time. Have they dammed it further up, or is it?
Just started to. They've dammed it. Now they're damming it nearer, I think, so they can refill a lot of it and get them boats gone. But they can't turn around, can they?
No.
They're too long to turn, so I don't know what happens there. Do they go backwards?
Yeah, they have got the reverse gear, mustn't they?
Must have.
But the thing is, the word's right, isn't it? Damn. God damn it. Look at that, what's happened there? So,
well, usually there's a lock where they can do something like that, where they can move them around, isn't
yeah,
there?
because that's usually a turning point. Hold it.
But I say all the way the boats are facing is the way they.
Yeah. Well, all those floods that they had as well. I mean, prior to Christmas there was some flooding, and a guy from my work, he went through some water, and I think he said it was only 10 centimetres, 12 centimetres, something like that, so not much. And got in the car in there, the water came up, and the engine right off. Yeah. So when he's getting his next car,
hydro locked or something it's called, and it was water. Because you can't compress water. Yeah. So when he gets in the engine, it just bends the conrods.
So when he gets his next car, I've got him a little rubber ring and some armbands on. So put them on for you next time you get stuck.
But there was a lot on your footage. There was a lot of cars actually getting towed out. There was one by B&Q, just off Saddle Island, off the Asda. I seen that car getting towed out.
Yeah, that ended up with a fire after my footage when we sat waiting to drive round that.
Yeah.
It ended up a fire engine, 3 police cars, and someone else in a Land Rover, all because one car was stuck in the puddle.
That New Year's Day,
not quite a bit bigger than a puddle. But
that New Year's Day, do you know Scott Lane in Wigan heads towards the Arnold Park, the other one towards Rodden Park?
I done that.
That bridge, that flood underneath the bridge there.
That's on my video.
Right, well there, I was coming down and I seen it, and there was like a transporter and a Golf, 2 cars abandoned under there. And I seen people trying to get down the right hand side, and I thought to myself, do I go for it? Do I go for it? And I thought to myself, no, think of that guy in work. Think of that guy in work. I don't want to write my car off.
No, I got
So-
I got a bus going through there, and
Yeah.
it was up to like the driver and the windscreen.
Yeah, seeing that he just ploughed through it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm more worried about my new car. If it's in Arnold Clark's. There.
Was that where it's coming from there?
Yeah.
What you get?
Renault Scenic, all electric.
Don't go through water then.
No,
Water and electrics don't
I
mix.
don't know if this. I don't know about this all electric.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're a bit more protected because there's less moving parts, the electric motors and the batteries are all sealed, aren't they? So I wonder if they're a little bit more protected.
No idea.
Yeah.
Don't test it. I wouldn't say to test it.
Fixed batteries are often under the floor.
Yeah, they're under the floor, but they're sealed, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then they'll say, oh, you'll get 300 miles there, and then you go, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit cold today. Put my heater seat on, put my heater on, put the radio on, put your lights on, and you get about 250, 260 miles, and you go, where's that gone?
Apparently, so they tell me. How true this is, I don't know. Because there's a big battery that runs the car,
Yeah.
and it's only the heater and the air conditioning that also runs off that.
Right.
Everything else runs off a normal 12-volt battery. So
Yeah.
you can have the heated steering wheel
Oh,
and the heated
right.
seats on, and that won't affect the range.
Right.
But the heating does, and the air conditioning.
Well, you can give us an update on that, can't you? In a few months' time. when
Yeah,
you've
it's
got
a
it
load
sorted.
of rubbish.
Yeah.
We'll take drone videos of you when you're stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be down with
Can
it,
you come and help us now? We'll just fly the
Yeah.
drone round and get
Yeah.
footage.
Can you give me a tow? Yeah, we're on our way.
Yeah.
Talking of drones, have you seen that new one out? DJI
Yes.
Flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it quite.
Does it not move? Is that basically the fans underneath the body? Or is it actually open up?
They open up.
opens
They
up.
open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I've seen on it is there's obviously little guards in between the fans. It's very easy to trap your finger in, right? They're wide enough to get your finger
Yeah.
through. Now, we've all caught ourselves on the minis, haven't we, when
Yeah.
we've been catching them and stuff. Imagine you get your finger stuck in it, getting caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be nice.
Yeah. There's also another one that's come out. It's got 4 cameras on. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's more for rescue. It looks a bit like both of your Mavic 3 Pros. So there's an extra camera on it.
The trees.
Patrice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
and it's about, I don't know.
16 grand.
Yeah, I was gonna
18
say, it's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
they're a lot of money
Yeah.
then.
But I think they're more for like rescues and things
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
aren't they?
The bit that interested me on that actually was to see you could put a searchlight on it, and
Yeah.
it done 100 metres.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be handy for like stadiums at night.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the biggest downfall this time of year.
Yeah.
is-
Then you get someone go, oh, my dog's got out. Where are you? Right, okay, drone up. Ooh, light on.
I don't know if I've ever shared about that. I do dog rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, or dog search and rescue
Yeah.
with my drone, yeah.
First for me, that.
No,
Have you heard that
Oh,
one?
right, yeah, no, I'm in a...
You sure you're not dogging? Not
No.
Looking with the drone.
Yes.
It's called Drone SAR. Drone SAR. And yeah,
Search
basically...
and rescue.
Yeah, and they... people put their...
They got it.
people post on there that they've lost their dog, and then they, like the admin of that group, send out emails to anyone in that area.
Yeah.
Can you go and out look for a dog? I've only been out 4 times, so
Any success?
bit mixed.
Mixed.
Yeah, first time ever.
Yeah.
Found it in half an hour.
Right.
This is easy. This
Yeah.
so this is quite easy.
Yeah.
Second time out, went out 3 or 4 times, not a sighting of it. The third one found but passed away,
Oh,
and the fourth one was found but not by me.
All right.
right.
So
So, do the groups pay you for doing that, or is it just
no,
for
it's voluntary.
voluntary recognition and the hope of...
I thought you were there saying, subscribe. That'll do.
I might just mention to them like I've got my own channel.
Yeah.
Well, this would be an apt time to just drop in, buy me a coffee link. Which we do have one on our channel, but
yeah.
also when
But also
if,
for our CPS.
if Colin is finding your dog, there's a buy a coffee link for Colin on his channel.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Never want to miss an opportunity.
No. But yeah, so I've been in that for probably a year.
Yeah.
I didn't know things like that existed, to be honest. But
No. It makes sense, doesn't it? Really,
I did,
think
yeah.
about it.
My sister sent me the link for it.
Yeah.
Do something. Her words were, "Do something useful with your life."
Yeah. Well, give back to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's,
That's good,
it's a
good,
nice,
isn't it?
nice thing to do, isn't
Yeah.
it? Help people
It's
out.
an excuse to go out flying your drone.
Yeah.
And no one bothers you.
No.
What you're doing,
Because what you do.
looking for a dog,
Yeah.
and they just leave you alone.
Yeah. But also with the weather that we've had, the snow as well, the snow and the strong winds.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get some great scenery with drones, can't you, when you're
Yeah,
flying over
yeah.
the snow? But again, the temperatures are cold and you've got to watch because your battery life can go quite quick. Get condensation can build up quite quickly, can't you? On the drone,
Have you had your drone ice up on?
No.
Not had that.
I have done that.
I think you're a bit more on the edge compared to me and Stephen
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
drones. Let's just say
Crazy,
that.
crazy,
Legally
yeah.
on the edge.
I abandoned one in Bramley-Moore flight between Christmas and the New Year when it was really foggy,
Yeah.
and it misted up, so you couldn't hardly see. And when I landed it, it just had ice hanging off the drone.
Whoa.
Oh.
So I decided perhaps not.
They go home. We all, excuse me, we all got a couple of good videos in the snow, didn't we? I've seen a couple of yours.
Yeah.
I got a few. Which is nice to get a bit of different scenery, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
We'll have to have call signs, won't we? Iceman. Ice drone, or what should we call ourselves? I don't know. Think of something.
No, he'd have to be Maverick.
Oh, yeah,
He'd just take it anywhere. He'd just go anywhere with it.
And also, you might notice as well, the TV diets work this time. The first couple of videos, you noticed the Greenpeace was sort of protecting me, and now I'm free. So hopefully, I don't look like a.
But
when we say that,
the question is, fingers crossed, it's not moved to me and Phil.
Yeah. I think there's a way to sort that this time, and we'll have a look.
We're squeezing that picture in.
Yeah.
We all look 8 foot.
I'll remember that. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's been some good footage from
everybody
in the last with the weather.
You know, it's really dodgy flying when I use the Mini instead of the Mavic.
Yeah.
And you know, it must have been a bit.
Yeah. Is that by the quality that you can see, isn't it? By the quality of the camera or the quality of the video, you can see the difference. Is that what it is for the Mavic 3 Mini 3 Pro?
The zoom. Yeah. The actual main camera's
not too bad.
Not too bad. As soon as you want to zoom in on something, where there is no. There's no real zoom on a Mini.
I took my first snow video with me minis because I wasn't sure if it was going to snow, and I didn't want obviously the big one up in the air and snowing just in case, and you don't know about getting any damp in it and stuff. But it did start snowing as I brought it back, but a bit of a wind started to come up, and trying to get it back to where it was a bit difficult. But yeah, anything where it's extreme like that, minis go first.
I ventured in something new. I took my Mini 3 apart yesterday. Yeah. It was rattling.
Yeah.
And it was bugging me.
That's all the air miles of it.
And
I never crashed it or nothing.
And kept thinking that I don't know something must have fell off inside. And so eventually I YouTubed, found out how to take the top off, took the top off, and you know, like sometimes the straps have them little nuts that you hold them on with. There was one of them in there. I don't know how it got in there, because it looks bigger than any of the air holes. But there's one of them floating around in there.
So you took it out and it's been fine.
Yeah. You think
I think he's a screw loose.
Yeah, slightly. Do you think it obviously slipped in the factory, it's just been wedged in a place, and then over time it's just moved itself?
No,
away?
because I've got the other one that matches it, so it's definitely mine. But
so you took it apart. It's got 2 screws less in, but works better. Lighter.
It was lighter.
Yeah, it's probably more balanced.
Maybe 245 grams now. So 240 now.
I've seen a few videos online where people take them apart and they use the pry tools and all sorts and that.
Did 4 screws and one of them little mobile phone pry tools and lots of cracking noises.
I've
been nervous of that though.
Surprisingly, there's not a lot inside them, is there? The circuitry, so I thought there would be a lot more in it. A circuit board that fits inside the phone.
Yeah. I did start then looking, thinking, could I get a Mavic 3 Pro camera to fit to this Mini?
I think it'd be flying like that.
Was it Pimp My Drone?
Flames on it next.
People do that, put skins on them.
They do, mad skins.
I mean,
How many skins would you put on it?
I don't
You wouldn't put
know.
4 skins on it, would you?
Oh no, definitely not.
Well,
That's getting
that's
worse.
terrible, that's
That's
terrible.
getting worse. It's getting worse. I thought you were going to gag me this week. I think we need to gag Stephen for his jokes.
You know, I forgot the gaffer tape.
I don't see the point in putting skins on it because when it's in the air, you can't see it anyway.
No.
Like one of the
Of
things.
course you can, we can see it at all times.
Yeah, you get what I mean. It's you know the minis. They are similar colour to the sky. You know that grey sort of colour.
Yeah.
When you step up to the next level, the Air Range or the Mavics, they're like a very dark grey to black. So they're easier to spot in the sky. You would think that the minis would be similar sort of colouring, or perhaps maybe they keep it the colour it is because of the weight in the dye for the plastic or something like
Yeah,
that.
I guess all the minis are light. And
Yeah.
The air in the middle is a bit darker, and then
Yeah.
Mavic's darker again.
When you put a skin on, would it take it over the 249 grams?
There's a lot of people talking
What you do, you put a skin on it and then you take a couple of screws out and then you sort it.
Send it to
You know what I
Colin.
mean?
Send it to Colin, and he'll take some
Is
screws
there anyone
out.
who's seriously going to come along and weigh it?
Yeah.
That's what I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Well, for the minis, you can get the extra life batteries, can't you?
But they take it over.
They
Though.
take
They take it over. But
If
obviously,
you do your A2 CSC,
yes,
you can do up to 500 gram with the same rules as a 250.
right. But the police, like obviously, we all watch the audit videos, like DJ audits or some of the others, and then the police come. They always check to see if it's under 249 grams.
Yeah.
But if you've got the other battery in, they just tend to look at it and go, it says it on there, so they just put it down. They don't weigh it at all. I've never seen one be weighed yet. I've watched a lot
But
of
it's on the
audit
battery,
videos.
it's not on the extra long battery.
Yeah.
So if someone does know their stuff, they're instantly think, why is it
Yeah.
not on that battery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I guess 99% of the police that stop you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Have you ever had any?
No interaction.
No interactions.
So,
No.
I've had 2.
Yeah.
Right?
So once at Wembley, done Wembley Stadium, and they stood and watched.
Yeah.
So that was a very, I'll just go straight up and look about.
Yeah.
And I went to where I filmed the fire in Liverpool. I went back to do a follow-up video, and the police were still sat watching it because it was a dangerous building. And yet again, they stood there and watched,
Right.
more interested than. That's the only interactions I've
The
ever
thing is,
had.
because we're all sensible anyway, we know we don't encroach into things. You keep your distance anyway as you're flying around something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't.
I think the difference with us, we just make videos about a subject, don't we? You know, you think like, I will do a video on a stadium, we'll do a video on the Canal or something like that. Where with the other videos with the auditors, they tend to provoke.
Yeah.
They'll go, I'm filming a video to wait to get the reaction. So we're slightly
To
different.
see
to
how
that.
the security is or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think for them as well, if they get no reaction, they've got no video.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Well,
I'm
see,
talking about.
DJ Audits came up to Liverpool and he did a spate of videos. I think it was about 5 videos. He must do about 5 a day or something. And he like put the intercom on and he'd go, right, I'm just filming a video and taking my drone up, and everyone was like, yeah, no problem, no problem. And there was nothing for his videos. He still put them out, but there was nothing there. He's waiting for those people to just be, you know, get the security, ring the police, because he knows his rights, he knows the law.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He went to Bramley Moor, didn't he, as well? And he went to the security guard and said, I'm going to fly my drone over. He said, enjoy yourself. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I think he done the Canal where I've been,
Yeah.
but that was different.
Right.
He was perfectly
Yeah.
normal,
Just a normal
and,
video.
and just
of it,
asking people, and the ones who
Yeah.
live in the boats there,
Yeah.
just talking to them. So it was, so they can do normal.
They can do
Yeah.
normal. With going back to the weather and about like snow and stuff and rain and winds, when you get the strong winds and you think your drone's not coming back, do you think, oh no, and you're really struggling trying to come towards you, do you start thinking, I need to get closer to that myself, or start walking or start getting in your car and trying to move somewhere and thinking, I got to land in case it just comes down on me?
The 2 times that's happened, I've both been in my garden and I've lowered the drone's altitude a little bit so it didn't, the wind wasn't as bad and
That's
it
happened
came
3
around.
times to you.
Yeah.
You had to walk across Stanley Park and get mine.
Oh yeah.
When I first was teaching him how
Yeah.
to fly, and it was like it done the battery warning. I'm like, oh, you're right. You got my ages yet, and it were really it was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
windy,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? And then about 2 minutes later, it was
Yeah.
doing the. No, we're automatically landed.
Yeah.
I was panicking. Panicking. But that was one of the things I suggested. You know, there's not many videos online to show you how to use your drone. You know, not that I'd been aware of at the time. You showed me how to operate it from.
I've done that twice lately
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
Off one of them Facebook drone in the UK. Or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
someone from Wigan
The
was
group,
on.
yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
was from Wigan on there. Said he'd got a Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite old.
It's an old one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd had it in the loft for 3 years, never
Right.
used it.
It's a good one. Like.
So
It's a good
took him
drone,
out
like.
last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Showed him how to fly that, and I've done someone else.
Yeah.
I know. He fancied buying one. He bought not the Mini 4 Pro, the other one, Mini 4K, which is basically a Mini 2 rebadged.
The mini. Yeah. Mini 4K. Yeah.
He got one of them, so I showed him how to fly that.
Yeah.
I've not heard he's crashed it, so he
Yeah.
must be doing okay.
I tell you what made me laugh while you're on about Facebook and the UK drone thing. There was a picture of Bramley Moor on there the other day. Some guy put up and took a photo of Bramley Moor. And as I scrolled up, the 3 comments underneath was Colin going, I fly a drone there, Stephen, I fly a drone there, and myself going, I also fly a drone there. There were the three comments that came up underneath.
Yeah.
Did you link your channel?
Pardon?
Did you put a link to your channel as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so did
I just put a
I.
video on there, so
Yeah.
yeah, a video was enough for LinkedIn.
Well,
I think, I don't know, I can't remember if I linked the channel or just a video.
I just put a video.
I do as much promotion as you can at the moment, isn't it? You know, it's like obviously we're trying to promote this podcast within our channels as well.
Yeah.
I do keep forgetting.
I do when I'm doing the videos, and at the end I'm thinking as a mentor, oh, throw that in, and then 10-second speech forever. Don't forget to look out for us.
Yeah.
Right, I think one of the good things about us and the podcast and us and our videos is like we are amateurs at it, but you know we do forget things like I'm sure we had one of the previous podcast discussions. We said we go down to the stadium with an idea. Well, right, I'm going to film this, going to film that. When you get there, you get distracted by something. Oh, that's nice and shiny. Let's look at that. And then as you're driving away, you completely forget. So it's the same with that. You know, we're not into the habit of promoting something else on our own videos, but we will get into it.
Yeah, because I go sometimes with a specific thing, like I'm going to film and talk
Cover
about
this
that,
corner or cover
and
this
then
thing.
come away from there and realise I've not even mentioned it.
Yeah. It's easy done. It's easy done.
I've never promoted it on my channel. I've got a Blue Sky account for Toffees R Us, and every single time I go, when I do my intro, I'll mention we're on Blue Sky and stuff like that, and every single time I drive away, I go, I forgot again.
What is Blue Sky?
I was thinking
It's a new version of Twitter. Since Elon Musk's taken over Twitter and it's gone a bit hardcore Twitter, the original people who did Twitter have launched this new platform, and it's basically just Twitter.
So they got all that money off Elon Musk, and I thought, oh, do you know?
Yeah, we'll just set the same thing up again.
Yeah. But it's slightly more moderated, where obviously X at the moment, I don't know if either of you are on X. It can be quite
I am, but
extreme.
I don't know what I'm
I don't
doing.
use it much.
No, I don't really know what I'm doing.
No.
Mine was mainly for football. That's all I did.
Transfer news and stuff like that.
Yeah,
really.
transfer news. Follow a few of the players on there and things like that. But as I say, when you go on there now, there's a lot of stuff which I don't agree with, so I just tend to not use that as much. And a lot of the celebrities are now moving across to Blue Sky. They're coming off X and things, so they're moving across. So I decided just to set up Blue Sky for Toffees R Us. You two should do it for SS Skies and CP Overview. We actually have one for this channel, you know.
Do we?
I didn't know that.
We did speak about it.
We did.
And I put a couple of the videos up, and you know, every few days I'll just repost the video again and see if it gets any hits. But yeah, it's social media is a key for promotion for things like this, isn't it?
But with doing this blog now, this podcast, I'll say, it's easy because you've got an account, your own account for your own channel. Then you've got one that we have for this, and we all share it because we're in it together.
Yeah.
And I've done a video of Bramley Moor, and I thought, right, I'll post that to YouTube. Putting it on, I'm thinking, this is taking ages. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? And it vanished. And I had to do it again. And I looked, and it went on to CPS, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why is it there? And you just, cause it's easy just to forget, isn't it? Just not
Forget
click on
which one
something.
you looked into.
Yeah, at the time.
But it's it's good that we all share it because we all have input into it as much as possible. There's a lot of discussions between ourselves on how we want this to go. And so it's not just we rock up and just roll with it, is it? It might look like we do that, but we do put thought behind it.
This is our script, by the way. Blank piece of paper.
Oh no, not you had a sheet with topics on.
Yeah.
I had a little post-it note with 3 things written on it. Yeah.
Yeah. But part of the thing,
I thought that was really organised.
What, we post-it notes?
Yeah. I did actually suggest to these two at one point maybe we should research what podcasts do. You can see the response. That's what we got.
You wanted me throwing up something.
Well,
I didn't even know what a podcast was really.
Well, I've just heard
when
on
we
the radio,
started
that's
this,
all.
when people talk about podcasts, I think you don't really know what they are.
No.
And here we are bang in the middle of one. It's our 4th one.
Yeah.
4th one along.
We also found that we will hopefully get better, more entertaining, more different topics.
Yeah,
Any questions people want to ask us, please drop a comment and then.
Validate in the summer, we'll just sit here and get drunk.
Yeah. I mean, it's a laugh for us. We're all having a drink. We all get on really well. So, I think it's a good thing for us to do.
It is. It's enjoyable, and if we can give a bit of knowledge to someone, a bit of guidance if someone's starting off trying to do something and we know a bit about it, we'll share our experiences with them as well.
Yeah. It's not just drones, is it? We will literally talk about anything.
We will.
If somebody wants to suggest something for us to talk about, within reason,
with our worldly wisdom.
I mean, we are all like, would you class as middle aged or are we ancient? How old are we? I've not reached a big birthday yet. It's coming up. I'm still like the baby I was, aren't I?
Just. Well, by about 6 weeks. About 6 weeks.
So I'm the old man.
I'm still in my 40s. Just about.
Yeah, and you had the haircut as well. I was pestering my wife to cut my hair, but she never got round to it.
Never cut your own hair?
Never. Why would I?
The thing is, if you're cutting your hair and you're hairdresser, you talk to yourself, you talk to your clients, don't you? So you might get a word in there, like an argument. You might win something.
Never in a million years would I cut my own hair. Even shave it. My wife's a hairdresser, why would I do that?
So's mine, I always cut my own.
Mine's a hairdresser, so cuts mine.
I shave mine off and she does the bits
of all my wife's hairdressers.
Yeah. That's mad, isn't it? How's that?
Didn't realise.
Yeah. And it's here today, going tomorrow, isn't it?
I'm still not there, so it's getting greyer.
Oh, we're all getting grey. It's surprising how quick you can go grey, isn't it?
So my wife, she's done her hairdressing, whatever you do at college and whatever. They've done the extra qualifications at the same college and then got a job teaching at the same college.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's never actually worked in the
So she was teaching hairdressing?
She was teaching hairdressing. So she went from doing it at college to teaching it
down.
Yeah, teaching at college.
I'm 50 now. I've been in the industry since I was like 17. Long time.
Did you ever get someone complain to you and say, what have you done to my head?
No. I mean, within any job, you're always going to get complaints, no matter what. And it's generally, if a client's complaining, the hairdresser's probably not listening to what the client wants.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important parts is the communication between the client and the hairdresser before you actually do the haircut.
Yeah.
If you sit down and you have a thorough consultation with the client, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You ever done a haircut and thought to yourself, I don't like what I've done there, and said nothing and that they're happy with it and you're thinking?
Now, so one of the key aspects of being a good hairdresser is if a client asks you for something that you don't think will work, you have to communicate that to them, right?
Yeah.
And, I'm here to satisfy the client's needs, not my own artistic needs.
Yeah.
So a client could ask you something, I could advise, I don't think this would suit your hair, I'd do this instead.
Yeah.
If they insist on having it done, you have to do it.
Would you have a wig at standby? Work there and say like, I'll do this for you as you want, but then you look at it and if you don't like it, put this on. I've come out to blonde. I was ginger when I went in.
Not a chance.
No.
They're high paying clients, they're quite high end clients. I have had a footballer, right, who's cut his hair all the time. He will remain nameless. Who thought it was a good idea to let one of the lads who was a physio cut his hair, right? Now this guy,
He's a famous footballer.
first team player, yeah. Plays for one of the big clubs. Lots of money, he was, and decides that this trainer can say. And he texted me. I have the photos. I will show the photos to use at some point. Right? They will not go on this because I wouldn't embarrass the poor lad.
Willie.
They basically had cut a bowl round his head of a line with zero below.
So clippers, using the clippers.
Literally to a zero, and this like dodgy line. I had to go and repair it. It looked alright when I finished it. It took 2 haircuts to get it right. But I couldn't understand, like, in my head, right, this guy plays first team football and he's got to go on the pitch, and I know a lot of the players, I've cut a lot of the players' hair over the years, they want to look good for being on the pitch. This guy just like, let some random trainer, I know I can cut your hair, go, alright then, and you end up having to get me out to fix it anyway.
You wonder sometimes if it's a forfeit, don't you? If you say, we're going to fine you, you're late or whatever, but then he's going to cut your hair. What?
I don't think it was that. I just think it was just, it was awful.
We know Phil's a good. Is it a hairdresser or is it a barber?
Hairdresser. I'm a hairdresser. Do men's and women's.
I Phil's a good hairdresser, so if we mess it up, he can sort it out. You know what I mean? Type thing.
Yeah, possibly.
So just a general question then. So when you're cutting man's hair, are you barbering? Or are you still hairdressing?
Do you know what? Still hairdressing because barbering's different to hairdressing. It's a different way of cutting hair. We can end up with the same sorts of styles and stuff, but I've never wanted to be classed as a barber or classed as a hairdresser. It's just I'll cut men's hair, I'll cut women's hair, and I'll do equally as well.
So I always thought a barber was like the guy who comes in and just does men purely, you know what I mean? And then
they do.
They do. But if I'm cutting a man's hair, I don't class myself as I'm barbering at that time. But the difference between me as a hairdresser and a barber, we'd use different techniques to cut hair. Barbering's. I've had my hair cut very recently by a barber, and I was a little bit scared because I was like, oh my god, what's it doing? And the result was nice in the end. It was a nice haircut, but the way to get there is completely different to how I would approach it.
I wondered if a barber then became a barbarian. You know what I mean? Go around like sort of fighting everyone in the back, and then we know what we do. We've got our clippers. Come on.
Well, the way I've seen some barber haircuts, I think they are barbarians. Some of them. So that. Barber and hairdressing, it's completely different. And obviously shaves, you get shaves in a barber. Barbers, you don't get that in the hairdressers generally, A lot more pampering goes on in the hairdressers than there is in the barbers. Different.
That Turkish thing as well, where you sort of burn your ears. Everything.
Never had that done. I've had the shave done.
Yeah, you get like these hot things, don't you? Go like, to hear something and take all
your your nostril hair as well. They do that to burn all the
pass on that.
I think it'd be interesting.
There was a story a few years ago.
I'll bring a lighter next time. We'll just try it.
We'll experiment on Stephen in the next video. There was a thing in, I can't remember, it was actually in Turkey itself, where a guy was about to do the burning in the ears and stuff, and as he was doing it, he knocked the bowl of, I think it's paraffin they use, and it burnt the client. And it's just.
My wife had me doing them poppy ear candle.
Oh, I've tried that.
One time she had some of them, and I had to lay on the settee with this burning stick.
I didn't think it worked. For me.
Do anything?
No.
Yeah, had no beer wax on it.
Oh, yeah. I must have been doing it wrong, but just like stuck in my ear and
maybe just didn't have ear wax, maybe previous.
What did you say? What's that?
But one of the things, when you're younger, nobody tells you as you get older, your eyebrows start going long, you start growing hairs out your ears.
Yeah.
Nobody tells that. It's a thing I've always thought.
And I have none growing on my head.
No, but you get to a certain age in school, and obviously girls get taken aside to have a talk about their bodies changing. So that's a perfect time to go to lads, right? We'll teach you how to shave, because no one shows you how to shave.
No,
You just have a go with a razor, and you cut yourself a lot, and then next time you do, you try not to cut yourself as
Just
much.
to go in the army.
Yeah.
Still teach you in the army.
Well, my youngest lad, he's 16, and recently I was teaching him how to shave. Because he's there and saying, what do I do? And I thought, well, you're holding it wrong for a start, and then you sort of give him a teaching saying about coming down and up. So
I never shave.
Yeah, we can see.
We can see that, yeah.
No, I just get clippers on it. I get that it's an irritable skin when I shave, so I just use clippers on it and just keep
I
it.
Saying that, I'm about every 3 or 4 weeks. Mine was probably twice the length of fields this afternoon.
Well, if it doesn't grow quick for me. You know, this was done last week, so it's just dead slow.
Well, about 7 or 8 years ago it was, I did Movember. It's the thing that you do for cancer, isn't it, for men. For the whole November I didn't shave, moustache there, and it was coming along a bit, and someone said, oh, you look like the Go Compare man, and then someone said something else, and I just trying to let it grow, and it was going a funny colour. A woman in work got a blue highlighter and started colouring it in with a blue highlighter, and it looked darker then, apart from a little blue line here down the side. They've got a picture, they've got a little blue line here.
I just look like Father Christmas if I leave mine too long. It's mine's white, pure white.
Right.
But when I shave it off with the clippers, I tend to shave the sides off at the bottom, and then I leave the tash bit, and I look at them in and I look like the cop out, the village people. So it's just gotta go. It's just gotta go. Yeah.
You see some moustaches though, and you're thinking, it'll come down there and curl around. How would you do that? You know,
Excuse me, it's wax. You have wax, there's a moustache wax.
Right.
You've also got oils for beards as well, to look after them.
Education, you know?
Yeah.
Some people use straighteners on the beards as well. So
Hair straighteners.
You can get special beard straighteners,
right.
but you could actually use hair straighteners as well. But a friend of mine, another Stephen, he's got a really long beard, and he oils and waxes and all his beard and everything.
Thing is though, if you're handy that way in the pub and you need to go, you go, come on, we're going. Yank them by the beard. Just pull them off.
Someone I know with a big beard, he puts all like Christmas decorations into Christmas. Walking around with
little fairy lights.
Yeah.
But there's mad things, isn't it, that you do. But with anything, I suppose, it's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's a learning curve when you're growing up, and then when you grow older, you think, have I done a good job? But you just pass down your knowledge, don't you, to everyone?
Exactly.
So should we wrap it up there for this first one?
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this podcast, please like, share, subscribe. Like I said, any comments and things, if you'd like to buy us a beer, please do so. There's a link in our descriptions. We'll catch you on another one soon. Take care, everyone. Cheers.
Yeah.